All right, you all. So, Eternals, right? What a film. And there's three things because I keep going over this movie in my mind and just what I loved about it. And then, of course, what the critics are saying about it. Because that is important. Like how people interpret your film, a lot of times perception is reality, right? So, the criticism is one thing. How it connects to the MCU is another. And then the third thing is like, what did I take from it? What did I like about it? You know, so to be brief, I just want to give like a quick review and thank you, Steve, my man Steve. We did see this together, and I had billions of questions for him. He saw so many slam dunks in this film. In his graphic and artistic mind, he was able to loop together and branch things that I'm still learning, even about the MCU and these lesser known characters, right? So, first, there's the critic score, which for me, I refuse to believe that based on the critic score, this movie is worse than Venom Carnage. And just to touch on that really quick, Venom Carnage, perfect acting, great acting, loved it. Naomi, Woody Harrelson, Tom Hardy, great acting, great CGI, loved everything that I saw, loved the way that it connected to the MCU. Later, I won't spoil that for you, but I couldn't stand the Cookie Monster voice. I could not get that out of my head. Like that kind of killed it for me. And I didn't want a comedy. So yeah, I don't need another Deadpool. And that's coming back to Eternals. It stands alone. Like it really stands alone. And that's I think the thing that I enjoyed about it the most. So if there's things criticism wise that you just don't like, I get it. Hey, it was too much. You felt like there was too much in one film. It was too long. You don't see a Captain America. You don't see an Iron Man. You don't see, those people and connections that maybe you've grown accustomed to since 2008. But hey, in 2008, did you know that you'd be on the battlefield of Wakanda? You know, Ibambe. Ibambe! Did you know you were going to be there in 2008? Let it build. Let it work. You all are... This microwave drive-through expectation, you all got to calm down. And that's, I think, the thing that blew me away is people's reaction to this movie and the heavy criticism is exactly like the people they wanted to help the most. But, spoiler alert, the Celestials wouldn't let them do it. Our vision was too bleak and too minute to encompass the whole world and realm of things. So, I get it. If you were an Eternals reader and you grew up reading this, I saw this from one of the groups that I follow. They had to trash it because they didn't like all the changes to the characters that they grew up loving. If that's your criticism, I understand, I get it. But, man, you want to trash this movie with all these beautiful women? With Gemma and Angelina Jolie and Selma Hayek? Wait, we're trashing that movie? The movie with all the beautiful women and the good acting? Okay, whatever. And so I get it. I get it. Your criticisms, I hear them, but understand in 2008, you didn't know that Marvel was going to be here, where we would have later WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki as shows that we consistently watch. I don't want this movie to be a show. I like the way it was and the way it was presented because I want to go see it again and watch it again because now I'm going to go watch just for the Deviants. Now I'm going to go watch just for the Celestials. So, did it connect to the MCU? It connected to the MCU the way that S.H.I.E.L.D. connected to the MCU, the way that Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Daredevil and Punisher and Iron Fist connected to the MCU. Nobody said anything when those shows were hitting home runs silently and doing well. Nobody said anything. But here we have a show that stands alone by a great director who ties in all of her previous films to the next, South Dakota. We'll talk about that later. So it didn't need to connect to the MCU, yet they reference it 3 or 4 times. And I thought that was dope. So thank you, director Chloe Zhao. So hey, once again, critics, if you didn't like what you saw from Festos, if you didn't like the beautiful version of Ajax, um, if you didn't like, some of the things you saw, I apologize. And I know this might have been hard for you because I've had to have my chest caved in by, a movie before too that was based on real characters, not fictional. But this is fiction, so everybody just relax, calm down. It's a fictional movie. They can change whatever they want, especially if you understand theater or know theater at all. You understand that you will see maybe 8 or 9 different Hamlets in your lifetime, 8 or 9 different Macbeths in your lifetime, and the view may be different, but the lines in the script will always be the same because of the work. Now, these are comic books. We're out here trying to make money, right? These businesses are going to show you something a little bit different than what you saw in the comic. If you want the comic, be like me, watch the movie and then go read the comic, buy the comic, and love the comic more than you loved it before. Now you have an incentive to go and buy comics where maybe you didn't know about them before and you kind of let it grow stale. So yeah, I absolutely loved Angelina Jolie. Her acting is even better than before. She proved to be the dominant actress in the movie. Love the fight scenes. She was more Troy than her former husband was. She was more Achilles than her former husband in Troy. So I thought that was dope. And then you got Kingo. Absolutely loved him. Loved his homie in the movie. I loved the Bollywood scenes. It was just altogether dope. I really loved it. It gave me a lot to unpack and study. And I can't wait to watch it again. And yeah, Steve, we got to get together.